Okay, you guys, us Gen Xers, older generation, how many of you guys used to eat SpaghettiOs? The Chef Boyardee SpaghettiO and meatballs? Or Chef Boyardee SpaghettiO and the hot dogs that were in it? You know, every once in a while we gotta have those, and we sure did love them. So I saw a recipe the other day for freaking homemade SpaghettiO and meatballs. Shut the front door. I was like, I've got to make this. I've got to make this. So I have been looking at different recipes and everybody on Pinterest and stuff, all these different recipes, and kind of formulated my own. I can't stand my natural curly hair, so it's going to bug the fuck out of me. So I formulated my own recipe. So you guys ready? Let's make some SpaghettiOs and meatballs. Okay, so we're going to start making the tomato sauce. And so I've got some olive oil in here, and I'm heating it up, and I'm going to add some spoonfuls of some garlic. Y'all know I don't measure. Some of those spoonfuls weren't full spoonfuls. And I'm just going to let this cook for just a little bit. Not too much. Maybe a minute. Okay, I got the garlic a-sizzling and a-cooking, and we don't want to burn it. So now I'm going to add a can of crushed tomatoes. I'm going to add some tomato paste. I've got a large one here. So this isn't a spaghetti sauce. If you guys remember in that can, it was like a tomatoey sauce. So I'm trying to keep it simple without adding a bunch of stuff. And then I got some tomato sauce that we're going to add. And then we're going to season this puppy up really good. I've got some basil. And you know that the SpaghettiOs in the can were not seasoned this well, but you know, I got to do a little bit of Brandy style here. I can't have non-flavored tradition. I got some Italian seasoning. Finally busted out Sam's Club, bought the big ass one instead of all these small ones. Ooh, let's turn that down. It's cooking faster than I wanted it to. Because I didn't know this wasn't opened yet. So pour you some Italian seasoning up in there. And then, since I've got garlic in there, I'm just going to add some onion powder, because I'm not adding onion. And I'm going to stir this up, see what it looks like, see what it smells like. So you guys know we just added a boatload of tomatoes. So tomato sauce, tomato paste, no matter what it is, that makes it really, really tomatoey. You got to chill it out. So how do you chill it out? Y'all already know. Some sugar. So I'm already going to add a couple teaspoons, tablespoons, whatever, of sugar to cut that acidity. And I'm going to get to stirring this and let it cook for just a little bit. Probably need some chicken broth. Hold that thought. Okay, I'm adding some pepper. I added some more seasoning, and I'm going to add a little bit of chicken broth. Probably half a cup. You just got to stir it and see, because you don't want it too runny, but you want it the consistency of a sauce. So I've put this on low. And I'm going to let this simmer so all these flavors can marry together. And this is the basis for our tomato sauce. And we're going to get to cooking some meatballs. Okay, now we're going to make the mini meatballs. So I had some hamburger meat in the freezer that I thawed out. So I'm going to add me some hamburger meat. I got a whole deal of Italian sausage right here. And again, I'm not measuring, guys. I don't know. I think this is probably going to be too many meatballs. But I'll grab just a little bit more hamburger meat here. Try another hand. Well, that's going to be way too many. I'll just make some meatballs and save them. Okay. And then you're going to get an egg and put in here. Y'all, this really is a big batch. I'm not gonna use it all, but I had to put another egg because I have so much meat in here. But I'll freeze it. Then it's time to season it up. So you can use homemade breadcrumbs if that's what you want. I've got some Progresso Italian breadcrumbs I'm gonna pour in here. I've got some Parmigiana that I'm going to add in here. Not the whole thing, but almost. And then my seasonings are gonna be salt and pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, some parsley flakes, and some Italian seasoning. I'm gonna get this seasoned up and mix it all together. All right, I got all them seasonings in here, and I'm just gonna do a tad bit of milk too. Not even that much. And I'm gonna get my hands dirty and get all this mixed up. I'm telling you, nothing mixes your meat better than with your hand. Get it all nice and mixed up. And yes, I washed my hands before I started cooking. Ooh, this is cold. My hands already getting froze. I'm gonna get it all mixed up. Okay, so I've got all the meatballs. I've got it all mixed together, and I'm literally gonna make little bitty meatballs. Because you remember, they gotta be little tiny little things. That's even too big. Little meatballs. So I'm gonna sit here and literally make tiny little meatballs and drop them in my sauce here. Because I want them to cook in the sauce. And they're gonna cook probably 30-35 minutes. You can cook them in your cast iron skillet if you want, or skillet, and then drop them in there. But I like to cook them in the sauce, because then it gets all the good flavors of the tomato sauce along with it. So I'm just gonna sit here and make me some tiny meatballs. I forgot to tell you guys, I added some more chicken broth in this because it will cook down as it's bubbling, because the only way we're gonna cook these meatballs is to get them to bubbling. And see, here it goes. It needs to do a really good solid simmer for about 30-35 minutes to cook this meat. And it will cook down. That that chicken broth will cook down as we're cooking these. Look how little these are. How precious. Okay, I looked everywhere for those little ring pastas that are in the SpaghettiOs, and Denver doesn't have any. So I ordered on Amazon, and I got these, and these are smaller than the ones on the can. They have another brand on Amazon that's probably the bigger ones. So I'm gonna have to use these. So I just put some water in a pan, and we're gonna cook these just as normal. Y'all, shut the front door. Shut the flipping front door. Look at this. Look at this SpaghettiO and meatballs. Oh my God. Ooh la la. Oh my God, this turned out so good. It's hot. These are little bitty rings, but they'll do. Y'all, this sauce turned out perfecto. Oh my God, so good. It's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Look at that. Look. Y'all, write this recipe down and make it and tell me what you think. Brings back memories. Oh my God, it's so good. I'm gonna enjoy this. I found some zero sugar Pepsi, cherry Pepsi. Ooh, my world is made right now. So I'm gonna go enjoy this. Happy Monday, y'all. See y'all tomorrow when I make my next recipe.